Hello? In this video, we'll be using Stoic philosophy to help you understand when relationships in your life have become harmful. Sometimes, relationships can wear us down without us even realizing it, taking us away from our inner peace. That's why I'll be presenting 8 critical signs to watch out for in your relationships. Stoicism offers valuable teachings that enhance our inner peace and increase our resilience against external conditions. Throughout this video, we'll explore relationship dynamics like constant criticism, insecurity, and lack of communication, and how they affect our personal freedom from a Stoic perspective. With this information, you'll better understand how to set healthy boundaries in your relationships and recognize when these boundaries are being crossed. Stay with us until the end of the video because each section will offer valuable insights to improve your quality of life. Remember, every relationship should be built on mutual respect and understanding. Now, let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Let's get started. Section 1: Constant criticism and devaluation. Being constantly criticized and devalued by people in our lives can lead us to question who we are and our own worth. Stoicism offers us strong inner-centeredness in the face of such challenges. In this section, we will explore how constant criticism and devaluation can be harmful in relationships and how to cope with it. Let's start by acknowledging that criticism can actually be a constructive tool. However, when we are constantly criticized in a destructive manner, it can deeply affect us. Unfortunately, these types of criticisms often focus on our personal flaws or mistakes, which diminishes our self-esteem and makes us feel perpetually on the defensive. Stoic philosophy teaches us how to be more resilient against criticisms. It starts with accepting that external criticisms do not define our true selves. Understanding and maintaining our inner worth is independent of any external negative judgments. As Stoics, we have the power to choose how we respond to criticisms from others. This involves keeping our emotional responses under control and assessing criticisms objectively. Viewing criticism as an opportunity for personal growth can make us stronger individuals. Lastly, if criticisms are constant and destructive, we should evaluate whether they are damaging the overall health of our relationship. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of protecting our personal freedom and establishing healthy boundaries. If a relationship continuously wears us down, reconsidering its place in our life is a Stoic approach. Section 2: Insecurity and controlling behaviors. In relationships, insecurity can manifest in various controlling behaviors, which often stem from a lack of trust and fear of vulnerability. In this section, we'll delve into how these behaviors not only undermine personal freedom but also conflict with Stoic principles, which advocate for inner peace and self-sufficiency. Insecurity in a relationship can prompt one partner to exert control over the other, ranging from constant monitoring of activities to imposing restrictions on social interactions. These actions are often justified under the guise of concern, but they effectively stifle individual autonomy and can lead to resentment. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our own thoughts and responses. When faced with controlling behaviors, it's essential to maintain our composure and reflect on our own values and boundaries. Stoics believe that true security comes from within, not from controlling or being controlled by others. Additionally, it's important to communicate openly about the impacts of these behaviors. Discussing feelings and concerns can sometimes help resolve underlying issues causing insecurity. However, if these discussions do not lead to improvements, it may be necessary to reevaluate the relationship's viability from a Stoic perspective. Being in a relationship should not mean losing one's sense of self or freedom. Stoicism encourages us to be self-aware and assertive, ensuring that our relationships enhance, rather than constrain, our lives. If a partnership becomes overly controlling, it might be contrary to the Stoic ideal of living a virtuous and autonomous life. Section 3: Communication breakdown and conflicts. Effective communication is the backbone of any healthy relationship, but when it breaks down, conflicts can escalate, causing significant distress. In this section, we explore the Stoic approach to managing communication breakdowns and conflicts in relationships, aiming for a more harmonious coexistence. Stoicism teaches that misunderstandings and disagreements are natural parts of human relationships. However, The key to handling these effectively lies in our ability to control our reactions and engage in thoughtful dialogue. When communication falters, it is crucial not to respond impulsively but to take a step back and reflect on the situation calmly. A Stoic is encouraged to listen actively and empathetically, understanding that each person's perspective is shaped by their unique experiences and reasoning. By doing so, we open the door to more meaningful and resolving conversations, which can bridge gaps created by misunderstandings. Furthermore, Stoicism advocates for addressing conflicts directly and constructively. Avoiding or suppressing issues can lead to resentment and a buildup of anger, which is contrary to Stoic values of clear reasoning and emotional control. When a conflict arises, addressing it promptly and respectfully can prevent the deterioration of the relationship. Lastly, it's important to recognize when to compromise and when to assert one's own needs. A Stoic seeks balance, understanding that flexibility in negotiations can lead to solutions that benefit both parties, while also maintaining one's principles and integrity. Navigating through communication breakdowns and conflicts with Stoic principles not only helps in sustaining relationships but also in cultivating a life of virtue and tranquility. It emphasizes personal growth and mutual respect, essential for any lasting and fulfilling partnership. Section 4. Unchanging behavior patterns. Recurring harmful behavior patterns in relationships can be deeply entrenched and difficult to change, posing significant challenges to both partners. In this section, we'll explore how Stoicism can help us recognize, understand, and address these persistent patterns that may be damaging to the relationship. Stoicism teaches us to observe our behaviors and those of others without immediate judgment, allowing for a more analytical and less emotional response. This perspective is crucial when dealing with behavior patterns that seem unchangeable. By understanding the underlying reasons for these behaviors, we can approach the situation with more empathy and effectiveness. For instance, a partner who consistently avoids difficult conversations may be acting out of fear of conflict or rejection. Recognizing this can lead to a more compassionate dialogue about their fears, rather than a response of frustration or anger. Stoics believe that understanding is the first step to change. However, Stoicism also stresses the importance of personal responsibility. Each individual must be willing to examine their own behaviors critically and make necessary changes. This self-awareness and commitment to personal growth are vital for breaking detrimental patterns and promoting a healthier relationship dynamic. When both partners engage in this self-reflection and are open to making changes, the relationship can evolve positively. However, if efforts to change are one-sided or ineffective, Stoicism advises us to consider the health of the relationship and our own well-being. Sometimes, the most Stoic decision might be to step away from a relationship that consistently undermines one's peace and virtue. By applying Stoic principles, we can strive to improve our relationships through understanding and personal growth, but we must also be prepared to make tough decisions if certain behaviors remain unchanged and continue to cause harm. Section 5. Emotional or physical abuse. Emotional or physical abuse in relationships is a grave violation of personal dignity and directly conflicts with Stoic principles, which emphasize respect for oneself and others. In this section, we address how to recognize abusive behaviors and the Stoic response to such situations. Stoicism teaches that no one has the right to inflict harm on another, and maintaining one's personal safety and dignity is paramount. Recognizing signs of abuse, whether emotional, such as manipulation and constant belittlement, or physical, such as violence, is the first critical step. It's essential to understand that these behaviors are not only harmful but fundamentally unacceptable. A Stoic approach to handling abuse involves a clear and resolute stance against any form of mistreatment. This often means setting firm boundaries and, if necessary, removing oneself from the abusive environment. The philosophy promotes the idea of self-preservation not as a selfish act, but as a necessary step towards maintaining one's rational and moral integrity. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages seeking support from others, be it friends, family, or professionals. While Stoics value self-reliance, they also recognize the importance of a supportive community in overcoming severe challenges. Assistance from others can provide the strength needed to make difficult decisions, including the decision to leave an abusive relationship. Ultimately, the Stoic response to abuse is grounded in the belief that no external situation should have the power to destroy one's inner peace and self-respect. Victims of abuse are urged to take decisive actions that align with their dignity and long-term well-being, reinforcing the Stoic commitment to live a life free from harm and full of virtue. Section 6. Lack of support and appreciation. Support and appreciation are fundamental components of any thriving relationship. When these elements are absent, it can lead to feelings of loneliness and undervaluation, even in the presence of others. This section explores how Stoicism guides us through situations where support and appreciation are lacking, and how to cultivate these qualities in our relationships. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-sufficiency and finding contentment within oneself. However, it also acknowledges that human beings are social creatures who thrive on mutual support and recognition. When these needs are not met, it is crucial to communicate openly with our partners about our feelings and desires. A Stoic approach to a lack of support and appreciation involves first examining our own expectations. Are they reasonable within the context of the relationship? It's essential to ensure that we are not placing undue pressure on others to fulfill our own needs. Once we've established a fair perspective, the next step is to express our needs clearly and without accusation, focusing on how we feel rather than on the perceived shortcomings of our partner. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to lead by example. Showing appreciation and support to our partner can often inspire reciprocal actions. It's about embodying the qualities we wish to see in our relationships and fostering an environment of mutual respect and admiration. If efforts to enhance support and appreciation in the relationship do not yield positive changes, Stoics consider the overall health of the connection. Relationships should enhance our lives and virtues, not detract from them. A Stoic might decide that a relationship lacking in mutual support and appreciation is not conducive to personal growth and well-being and may consider reevaluating its place in their life. By applying Stoic principles, we can strive to create more fulfilling and supportive relationships, but we must also be prepared to make difficult decisions if the relationship fundamentally lacks these essential qualities. Section 7. Privacy and transparency issues. Privacy and transparency are crucial elements that balance personal boundaries and open communication in relationships. In this section, we delve into how Stoicism addresses issues of privacy and transparency, guiding us to navigate these complex dynamics effectively. Stoicism teaches the virtue of trust, which is foundational to any strong relationship. Transparency, in this context, refers to honesty and openness about one's thoughts, feelings, and actions. However, it also respects the necessity of personal privacy as a form of self-respect and respect for others. When privacy and transparency are out of balance, it can lead to mistrust and insecurity. For instance, excessive secrecy from one partner might provoke suspicion, while too much intrusion into one's personal space can feel violating. Stoics would advise maintaining a healthy dialogue about what each partner is comfortable sharing and respecting those boundaries as a form of mutual respect. A Stoic approach encourages us to reflect on why we might feel the need to hide certain things from our partners, or why we might feel the need to know everything about them. Often these feelings stem from fears or insecurities that can be addressed through open and honest communication. Furthermore, Stoicism highlights the importance of autonomy within relationships. Each person should feel free to maintain their own space and privacy without feeling guilty or secretive. This autonomy supports individual growth, which in turn benefits the relationship. If persistent issues with privacy and transparency arise, Stoics would consider these as warning signs of deeper problems in the relationship. It may indicate a lack of fundamental virtues such as trust and respect, which are essential for a healthy partnership. Ultimately, addressing privacy and transparency issues from a Stoic perspective involves cultivating trust, respecting boundaries, and fostering open communication. These actions not only resolve conflicts but also enhance the depth and quality of the relationship. Section 8. Loss of shared values and goals. The alignment of values and goals is what often brings partners together and keeps them connected over time. In this section, we explore the Stoic approach to handling situations where there is a significant loss of shared values and goals, which can threaten the foundation of a relationship. Stoicism places great emphasis on living according to one's principles and virtues. When partners find that their core values and life goals are diverging, it can create a sense of drifting apart. This misalignment might manifest in different priorities, interests, or visions for the future. A Stoic would first recommend a period of reflection and honest discussion to identify whether these differences are reconcilable. It involves assessing whether the relationship still serves the mutual growth and virtue of each person. This can be a challenging process but is essential for maintaining authenticity and integrity in one's life. Moreover, Stoicism teaches acceptance of change. People evolve, and their values and goals can change over time. A Stoic approach would not resist this change but would instead focus on understanding and adapting to these new dynamics. It involves asking whether these changes can be embraced within the relationship, or if they signify that the paths are diverging too greatly. If after careful reflection and discussion, the differences in values and goals are too vast and compromise cannot be achieved without sacrificing personal integrity, a Stoic may consider separation. This decision is not seen as a failure but rather as a courageous choice to live authentically and allow both partners to pursue their true paths. Ultimately, the Stoic response to the loss of shared values and goals is to seek clarity and honesty, ensure actions are aligned with personal and mutual virtues, and make thoughtful decisions about the future of the relationship. This ensures that both partners can continue to live fulfilling lives, whether together or apart. In this video, we have explored various challenges in relationships and how we can address them with a Stoic perspective. Every relationship is valuable, but sometimes these relationships can distance us from our own values and peace. Stoicism encourages us to confront these situations and maintain our personal freedom. If the insights we discussed in this video could be useful in your relationships, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. Also, by sharing your thoughts and experiences in the comments section, you can contribute to this discussion. As we all strive to build more conscious and harmonious relationships, such exchanges are incredibly important. Until our next video, I wish you days filled with health and peace.